When you take a pill for your back pain, you don't expect your life will change forever. But Vicky Edwards wants you to hear what happened to her. She's a mum who ended up with horrendous burns to more than half of her body, and she blames the common painkiller she was prescribed, Lyrica.
Uncovering her scars for everyone to see isn't easy for Vicky Edwards.
I see disgusting. I don't like my body at all. I don't like my face. I miss my face.
This is the face she misses. But Vicky knows this pain doesn't compare to the horrific burns she suffered 18 months ago.
But Lyrica got me good and proper.
It's hard to believe this 48-year-old mum did this to herself.
I felt like I was going to just go in a big, deep hole and not be able to get out.
Vicky set herself alight, but is adamant she is not to blame. Instead, she blames a painkiller prescribed to her.
They wrecked my life.
Lyrica, also known as pregabalin, was originally prescribed to treat epilepsy and nerve pain, but today is often given out to treat patients with chronic pain. Lyrica was added to Australia's Pharmaceutical Benefits Scheme in 2013.
I had done my back at training, 3 disc bulges, and then my doctor prescribed me Lyrica for the nerve pain.
Vicky believes that 6 weeks is all it took for the medication to take over her mind.
What do you remember from that time?
Not making any sense. Just bad times, bad feelings. Things that were coming out of my mouth were not even me.
The 22nd of January last year, Vicky's life started to spiral out of control.
Can you remember what you were feeling?
I was banging on the hallway and I said to my girls, we have to kill ourselves, it's all going to end. My poor children were hysterical. My eldest daughter sat me on the bed. She goes, Mum, this isn't real, this isn't happening, this isn't you.
48 hours later, the situation escalated.
At 1:30 Sunday morning, I set myself alight and ran outside on fire, screaming. Just screaming. I don't remember the pain, and my neighbour came out because I was screaming.
To all the people out there who would say that you tried to end your life, what would you say to them?
Nobody would go to this extent to take their own life the way I did. It's just horrible to think that someone would do this purposely.
Are you thankful you survived?
Definitely, because I never wanted to leave in the first place.
Vicky would spend the next 2 months in a coma, burns to 54% of her body.
I was covered from head to ankles in bandages. You could just see my eyes, and I knew I was in trouble.
What was your first memory when you woke up?
Was in a lot of pain, I remember that. Yeah. And then I found out that I'd been in a coma for 2 months.
Until now, doctors assumed Vicky had tried to take her own life in a violent and most devastating way. But Vicky always thought it was something else.
This wasn't suicide. And they did, they listened. But I suppose everyone did think that it was suicide. Until I could give them the answer.
What was the answer that you gave to them?
That Lyrica did this to me.
And what did they say?
They couldn't believe it now.
Hello Vicky, how are you?
Hi Steve, how you going?
I'm good. One day you're completely normal and within seconds your life is completely taken away from you what it was and you have to rebuild it.
Dr Stephen Salerno is Vicky's burn surgeon at the Alfred Hospital in Melbourne.
Every challenge that's been thrown her way, she just fights it. She's so motivated to just get on with life and you know, everything you throw at her, she sort of tends to tackle.
And there's still a long road back, with Dr Salerno preparing Vicky for another major operation.
You basically almost go back to learning everything all over again, from how to eat, how to speak, how to use your hands, even how to stand once you've been lying down for such a long period of time. It's quite incredible.
This will be Vicky's 16th surgery, and it certainly won't be the last. Her recovery will continue for the rest of her life. Each new day, yet another test of her strength and determination.
There seems to be this clear association with Lyrica and higher rates of self-harm and suicidal thoughts.
Psychiatrist Dr Tanveer Ahmed.
Anyone with any sort of mental health history, anyone with sort of big psychological vulnerabilities, they seem to be at much greater risk at getting, again, self-harm thoughts, suicidal ideas, bouts of uncontrolled rage they've never had before. The challenge is linking it directly to the drug, because there are usually so many other factors that can interplay with Lyrica.
Dr Ahmed says educating patients is crucial.
There should be an onus to GPs that this has risks, namely addiction, dependence, and higher risk of suicidal or self-harm thoughts. These risks need to be communicated to patients.
In a statement,
Lyrica is no longer a Pfizer product.
in the US, Pfizer has been prosecuted for illegal marketing of Lyrica and ordered to pay $2.3 billion. Vicky wants to lead a class action here in Australia.
If you could say something to those who make Lyrica, look them in the eye, what would you say?
Stop. Please, just stop. You're killing people. You're hurting people. And you don't care. Look at me.
A class action may really put the microscope on the exact evidence that links Lyrica to potential harm, like self-harm, suicidal thoughts, and get the real microscope, get the Lyrica in a court of law.
I'm a Lyrica victim. I'm a burn survivor, but a victim of Lyrica.
You'd be reminded every time you look in the mirror.
Yeah.
What do you see when you look in the mirror?
Someone different. Someone else's face. It's not mine.
You're still in there though.
Luckily. I might be born and broken on the outside, but I'm still from the hood underneath. And that's what keeps me going, you know.
You still got that beautiful smile.
Yes. And you know, I smile because I'm alive.
Yeah, and Vicky is a very brave woman for speaking out. She's brave, full stop. And if you or someone close to you needs help, there is support available. Contact Lifeline. The number's on your screen now, 13 11 14. That's 13 11 14.